Alright guys, this is an ICO I've got a lot of interest in. I'll be honest with you, they contacted me a while back and I brought them up before. The reason I like these guys, and if you'd read my recent article, well, I wrote it yesterday relating to a lot of ventures don't need to be something brand new and trying to deliver something that may not even be feasible. Well, what you have here is an existing entity. Countinghouse already exists. It mainly works on the currency markets and moving into crypto, and it already knows 90% of its existing algorithms and technology work. They've already tested it. And this is the prime example of something that could have a good ROI early on, because as soon as you get this into the end of the ICO, they're already going to be investing in it. They're not building new technology. They're not going away for 6 months. They're not prancing around at shows. They're actually delivering it from day one. So from an investment point of view, this is a very, very good one I've looked at. And as always, I do recommend doing your own research and confirming things to make you happy so that you can make your own decisions. But anyway, the pre-sale's on, and there's a 30% bonus on this at the moment, which is a good thing. As you can see here, they've already raised some funds. They've also had some, I think it's $4 million through private pre-sale as well before they actually launched this to the general public. So what you've got here, they're taking Ethereum, and you can even pay in PayPal, which is something a little bit new. If we scroll down, what is Countinghouse? Countinghouse Fund is an already established foreign exchange direct hedge fund which uses coded algorithms and mathematical techniques to force profit, volatility, and movement in the markets. We are raising capital for a new fund in order to apply our existing techniques to world cryptocurrencies, which shows greater volatility than fiat currency exchanges. What I've actually seen is the movement in the fiat is actually being reduced, while obviously we're in a very good volatile environment in crypto, which means the algorithm works really well. And I do recommend going over this stuff yourself. I'm just going to skim over it just to give you a quick overview. They've got over a decade's experience. They even have a financial report. You can browse yourself and get a feel for the business and what they've done already on their existing markets. They're going to transfer their skills over because they already know what they're doing. There isn't a lot of difference between the markets once you start looking for the patterns, etc. At the end of the day, it's the data itself. All investor capital will go straight into our investment accounts due to the fact that we are already established business with an existing infrastructure and already testing working product. They've also tested this in crypto already. Our algorithmic trading models have yielded strong success on the fiat currency exchange throughout Countinghouse's existence, and our updated cryptocurrency algorithm have outperformed these fiat models substantially over the last 12 months. Previous fiat exchange algorithms have netted us around 70 to 120% per year, and our updated cryptocurrency algorithms have yielded much higher results in the last 12 months. I think it's around 600%, which is expected. Myself, I'm actually above 600% on my own ROI. So the fact is, they know what they're doing. They've got experience in this. They understand it. And all it is pivoting from just the fiat markets and into the crypto space, which is extremely volatile, but it's where the massive profits can be made. Using crypto tokens as units in the fund allows investors to take profit or transfer ownership without needing Countinghouse as an intermediary. White paper, financial report, I do recommend going through both of these. Meet the team. As I always say, research the team. The team themselves look pretty solid. They seem to have a history behind them, but do your own research. Then obviously the legal agreements, blog, privacy, contact us. And this video is worth a quick look as well. Just click on it. You can play it on the screen. I'm not doing it right here. But the good thing about these guys is they do seem to be quite communicative, and I've spoken to the team through emails as well. So I do find they're quite good in that sense, because one of the things that does frustrate me with some ICOs is they vanish as soon as they've got your cash. But I'm quite happy to say these guys know what they're doing and seem to be heading in the right direction. So the value, our ICO represents excellent value and is a good vehicle for increasing social mobility, as traditional funding as ours would require an initial investment of greater than $300,000. One of the things I will say, it's listed in the Seychelles, but the guys seem, I believe, come out of Australia. Due to the decentralized and peer-to-peer nature of the ICO market, investors can invest as much or as little as they wish. For an example, an investor may only have $1,000 total in liquid capital to invest, which we usually exclude them from any managed fund. So basically, you can put in a small amount where normally to get this same sort of service, you're looking at 300K. Established, 90% of our existing business structure can be transferred over to the cryptocurrency arm of our fund, meaning more of our investors' funds will be directly invested into our strategies. This means your capital will get to work straight away with us, delivering potential returns as soon as crypto algorithms are turned on, instead of buying an office, a flight to a conference in Dubai, and the other crap that you get with a lot of the other ICOs where they're spending money on things that are not delivering. These guys are straight to it and looking to generate some revenues. The experience, they've got about a decade experience. I'm not going to cut through this I'll cut through this quite rapidly. You can go over this yourself. Investment security priority. Cryptocurrency holdings will be kept across multiple wallets for security purposes. Where practical, we will be using hardware and cold wallets to increase security. This will not always be practical due to the requirement of a human element. Countinghouse fund will hold fiat currency in a non-lending 100% liquidity banks. These banks have higher fees, but they're the world's most secure global banks. So there's a lot of security around there. So you're not going to find that the ICOs rob blind. Fluidity. Holdings in an ICO fund can be liquidated, acquired at any juncture in amounts as small or large as the investor requires, providing Countinghouse fund token holders far greater flexibility and market responsiveness that found in traditional shareholdings. This allows Countinghouse investors to enjoy adaptable and high liquid portfolio when holding our ICO. If you've invested in these things before, you will know there's lock-in periods. You haven't got that with this, and that's one of the important bits I want to stress, because I've had my own investments before in traditional systems that could be locked in for up to 5 years. The ability to do it this way means that you've got almost instant liquidity. Our tokens, Countinghouse funds tokens are standard ERC20, so it's on Ethereum, which can be acquired globally. Key values: long-term crypto viability, mathematical risk management, high yields to our investors through the adoption of new technologies and processes. The roadmap, I'm going to skip over this. You want to have a look at this yourself. It's a bit of a build-up onto the business and how it evolved. But I'm looking at where we are now. ICO ends, funds are transferred into multiple wallets and accounts to be traded. Trading starts straight away once funds are moved. So by May, which we're now in, you're looking at the ICO actually starting to make some cash. Multiple pairs to be traded in stage and one arbitrage begins. This is a simple stage where the opportunities are there. 2018, 2019, fund continues, trades as simple arbitrage, opportunities evaporate. We engage stage 2 arbitrage, more complex and less detectable arbitrage. And obviously past 2019, it's ongoing. Myself, I'm very into this one. Like I said, I spoke to the team, confident with the guys behind it. The project I like. I do get involved in investment groups, and I'll be honest with you, I like dealing with investment groups, especially when you ask them stuff before it happens. Because then when it does happen, it confirms that they knew what they were talking about or not. These guys have got a decade of experience of going through trading and already deliver. So the point being is you're looking at a business that is simply pivoting into another market and allowing it to grow much more rapidly. At the same time, much easier for them to manage the funds, because obviously you can have investors from low funds to high funds, and it's all managed through the tokens. So for me, it's one of those ventures I definitely recommend seriously taking a look at. Now the token itself, the CHT, ERC20 type tokens, there's 50 million of them. Price 1 ETH equals 1,000 CHT. Early investors is 15% bonus. Pre-sale bonus, which is where we are now, is 30% bonus. And I didn't go over the dates, did I, at the beginning? Scroll up. So it ends in 6 days for the 30% bonus. So I do recommend, if you're interested, research today and get in before this 6th day, because I do recommend this is one of those ones myself I'm buying into, and I'm not selling it. I'm simply holding on for it, because I can see significant growth in this over the next 3-4 years. And I'm expecting to see some growth this year, because even with the percentages they're talking at the moment, I wouldn't, being realistic, worst case scenario is probably about 400%. So I'm expecting some massive growth from these guys, because they know what they're doing. So back down here, yeah, 30% pre-sale is ongoing now. CHT's work as tradable fund units, allowing you to monitor your investment live and liquidate according to your own investment strategy. Okay, so privately pre-sale to existing Countinghouse fund investors is actually available a little bit there. Up to a possible 30% bonus token, see white paper for details. That's where we are right now. 1%, 200,000 tokens has been issued to the Countinghouse team. This means that 99% of all funds are put straight to work trading, not being used for establishing infrastructure. Gets back to my trip to Dubai, the office, the Lamborghini, etc. It's not having any of that. It's getting put into the systems to get it making money. Investment distribution, 10% passive investment in ICOs, etc. 30% double-sided arbitrage, 6% crypto algorithmic trading. Main focus of the portfolio lies in cryptocurrency algorithmic trading, which captures profit through market volatility. As such, we will allocate 6% of our funds to this strategy. There's massive growth in this right now, and the markets are in a positive upward trend. Although there's been a bit of reverse movement today, it's not going to be long term. I wouldn't be surprised if we see something around Mount Gox appear in the media today. But let's be honest, once we get rid of that little hurdle, that bump in the road, the trading will be more than back to normal. It'll be all on the way up. So I do recommend going through this. This is their financial report, and it does cover what they've been doing previously. It does explain about the volatility and the percentage of growth, etc., and how they've done it. But read it yourself. It's one of those things I do recommend going over. White paper is the same. Lots of information in there. We've already covered the topic, the token distribution, etc. Now, did they have the team on the main page? Where are you? White paper. I think they've got the team on here. The team's on the white paper. That's why I was just checking. Okay, so it's not there. So yeah, we'll have to get it off the white paper. Oh, was it at the bottom? Oh, hang on. Financial report. There we go. So you got the team. Tim Dawson. They've even got their emails in there, so you can actually ask them some questions direct. Background in programming, computer learning, and mathematics. Mike Pomeroy. Mike Pomeroy is a former training research, statistics, and psychology, as well as extensive training experience, a global published author. Resident polymath who successfully applies his scientific aptitude to the currency exchange markets. Chris Yap, physical assets advisor, and Steve Pontiac, real world ethics manager. But the main thing is have a look yourself, go through the team, and I do recommend hitting them up for some emails, getting on their Facebook group and stuff, and actually going through and asking them questions. They're all on here. You've got their information here. You got their Telegram. Telegram's the one I use more these days. I find Telegram very useful. But Twitter is also very good for conversations and getting some feedback because it's more open, so you might get some more input as well. But definitely, it's one I'm going to lock myself into as well. I'm investing in this one. I do like it. I like the team. I've spoken to the team before, and it come up today, and I thought, you know what? I need to push this out today because obviously we've got a 6-day window here for the 30% bonus. And I do think it's going to be one of those ones that you should take a look at. I'm not saying you should invest. I will never say that. But I will say you should take a look at because quite simply you need to do your own assessment on this. But everything I've seen from what they've done previously and what they're looking to do in crypto all seems extremely viable and more importantly, profitable. Thanks for watching. All right, guys, this is an ICO I've got a lot of interest in.